Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel, where tonight I will be doing my Match Week 11 predictions for the SPFL 2019-2020 Premiership season. Now, we have some midweek games. Yes, we have some midweek games, so that's going to be very, very interesting indeed. Excuse me. So the games, the last games that were as follows. So Hibs, Ross County. I went for a 2-1 win to Hibs, finished 2-2. Yeah, Hibs were 2-0 up and lost a 2-goal lead. Not very good. Kilmarnock, with St Mirren, went for a 2-0 win to Kilmarnock. That finished 1-0, so I was close there. Livingston Hearts, I went for a 1-0 win to Livingston. It finished 0-0. St Johnstone against Hamilton, I went for a 1-1 draw. That finished 3-2 to St Johnstone. So St Johnstone getting their first win of the season. It was badly needed as well. They've needed a win for ages, to be fair. Aberdeen against Celtic, I went for a 3-1 win to Celtic. That finished 4-0. And Rangers against Motherwell, I went for a 3-0 win to Rangers. It finished 3-1. So the games we have are as follows. Celtic against St Mirren, Hamilton against Aberdeen, Hibernian against Livingston, Motherwell against Kilmarnock, Ross County against Rangers, and St Johnstone against Hearts. Celtic against St Mirren. Now, the last 5 between Celtic and St Mirren have resulted in 4 wins to Celtic and 1 draw, and the last game was a 4-0 win to Celtic at Parkhead. Celtic, absolutely fantastic first half performance against Aberdeen. They, obviously going 4-0 up at half time was excellent, but to be fair, they could have had a lot more. Aberdeen were just dreadful in that first half. They really were. And obviously Edwards scoring, Frimpong as well, Forrest. They were kind of they were sort of stretching the goals out there, sharing the goals out, I should say. So it's a very, very good win for Celtic there. Obviously, second half, they did have some more chances to add to their lead, but that's probably been the best Celtic have played for a long, long time in the league, and especially that first 40 minutes, they were absolutely excellent against Aberdeen. So it was a very, very good win there for Celtic. And they give out their usual bashing to Aberdeen. So that would have happened. St Mirren, they're coming off the back of a 1-0 defeat to Kilmarnock, and if I'm being honest, they played some lovely football for a wee spell. Obviously, Kilmarnock getting the winner from Gary Dicker. Yeah, Gary Dicker again. I mean, that's 2-2 now for Gary Dicker. This is getting a wee bit out of hand. He was never scoring for Killie, but it has to be said that that's 2-2 now for Gary Dicker. So obviously, St Mirren will go from that game and say they could have grabbed a point. They could have, but it's one of those things. But they go to Parkhead. I can't see them getting anything from Parkhead, to be honest. I think it will be a very comfortable Celtic win. I'm going for Celtic 4. St Mirren 0, and I'm going to add something else to this. I would probably say that Odsonne Edouard will probably get a hat-trick. I will say this now. I'll say that he will get a hat-trick, but we shall see. We shall see what happens. But for me, Celtic will be far too strong against St Mirren, going for 4-0 to the champions. Hamilton against Aberdeen. Now, the last 5 between Hamilton and Aberdeen have resulted in 1 win to Hamilton, 1 draw, and 3 wins to Aberdeen. And the last game was a 3-0 win to Aberdeen at New Douglas Park. I know it's not called New Douglas Park, but I'm calling it New Douglas Park. Hamilton will go away from St Johnstone thinking how they've lost that match, because for at least 20 to 25 minutes they were probably the better team. It was it's a classic game actually. It was one of those end-to-end games where obviously Hamilton scoring first, and then obviously St Johnstone equalising, and then obviously St Johnstone taking the leads, and then Hamilton equalising, and then St Johnstone winning 3-2 in the end. So, but Hamilton, they were very, very good for most of that game. It was just a pity that they lost out in the 88th minute. Callum Hendry obviously scoring a fantastic goal it was as well. So a very, very good win for St John's. So Hamilton going back into that game will be thinking that they could have probably grabbed a point, but obviously they're coming back in front of their home fans, and yeah, they've got a very, very interesting game this week because they come up against an Aberdeen side who, let's be honest, were absolutely woeful against Celtic. I mean, that is probably the poorest I've seen Aberdeen play. And now, does that question Derek McInnes's future as Aberdeen manager? Because Aberdeen have really, their form has been really patchy. It's been really, really up and down recently. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what will happen from that one. And the other thing is, I think that there is a time when you say that have you outstayed your welcome. Derek McInnes has been at Aberdeen for a wee while, and there was a time when he was being linked with Sunderland, he was being linked with West Brom, he was even being linked with Rangers. Do you think now that he has regretted not leaving Aberdeen? That might be something else because the fans are restless. I actually think that Aberdeen, I don't think they're going to get rid of McInnes, but the fans definitely won't change. And but it isn't coming at Aberdeen yet. But will this be maybe McInnes' last season? Be interesting to see that one as well. But for this one, I'm going to go for an away win here. I think Aberdeen need to bounce back, especially the way they played against Celtic. And they've got a decent record against Hamilton. 3 wins out of the last 5. I think that's going to be 4 wins out of the last 5. I'm going for a 2-1 win to the Dons. But I do think it'll be a very, very tight game. And I do think Hamilton will be able to get a goal as well. So I'm going for Hamilton 1, Aberdeen 2. Hibernian against Livingston now. The last 5 between the sides have been resulted in 3 wins to Hibs, 1 draw and 1 win to Livingston. And the last game between Hibs and Livingston was a 1-1 draw at Easter Road, and I was there last season. It was a very, very good point for Livingston because Ryan Hardy opened the scoring, and then Ryan Porteous scored as well. And also Liam Kelly saved a penalty as well. I think it was Flo Canberry who missed the penalty, if I remember rightly. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What has happened to Hibernian? I mean, 2-0 up against Ross County, absolutely cruising. Flo Canberry misses an absolute sitter. That's to make it 3-0. And then that's probably points won for Hibs. But they let Ross County come back into the game, and it was a fantastic goal from Brian Graham. Actually, Ross County scored 2 fantastic goals, but the defending for the second goal, I mean, they literally just back off Chalmers before he hits it, and it's going to go into the corner before it's even hit. He's aimed it in that corner. It's definitely gone into the corner. So it's one of those things. But Hibs will be definitely ruining that missed opportunity, because that would have been the icing on the cake for Paul Heckingbottom. And it would have moved Hibs away from sort of second bottom at the moment. So, Hibs' form is really, really patchy at the moment. And obviously they haven't won since the opening day of the season. So, there's going to be a time now where Hibs are going to have to make a decision on Paul Heckingbottom's future. But, he is relatively new to the job, so it'd be a bit of a shame if they did get rid of him, but something's not working out for Hibs at the moment. So it'd be very, very interesting to see how they do in this game. They're coming up against the Livingston side, who, in all honesty, for the second half, after being playing with 10 men, Livingston were probably the better side and looked like the more like scoring. I will come to Hearts very, very later on, but I was at that game. I was at Livingston Hearts, and I have to say, Livingston played very, very well with 10 men. It was just ran out of ideas, unfortunately. But obviously they had a goal line clearance as well. Jack McMillan had a shot, hits it low, and Michael Smith has to be there because it's beating Pereira all ends up. Livingston should have had a penalty. Joe Pereira is literally flattened Scott Robinson. And then in the same incident, Eamon Suda's aimed to do an overhead kick, and Christophe Berra's got in the way, and he's caught Berra. So Greg Aitken has obviously got the red card out very, very quickly as well. So that's a shame. But had Livingston got the penalty, then it would have been interesting. But it has to be said that they did really, really well with 10 men. I also think that Mateusz Sarkic was absolutely outstanding for Livingston. A 1-on-1 save from Uche Ikpeazu when he should really score, but it was a very, very good save from Sarkic. And to be honest, he's probably now eclipsed Ross Stewart in the Livingston goal, and I think he's proven his chances very, very well. So obviously Livingston were without Lyndon Dykes. Obviously Scott Pittman is coming back as well. So I don't know if this game is going to be too soon for Scott Pittman, but be very, very interesting to see this one. So Hibs Livingston, how do I see this one going? Well, if Livingston are to get a goal, then it will probably get the Hibs fans on their backs. Be very, very interesting to see that one. I think it's going to be tight. I think there will be goals. But I think with Hibs' real poor form recently, Livingston's obviously... everyone's been saying about their away form. They do need to win away from home. I think this could be it. I think this could be the game where Livingston finally get an away win. Their last away win was Ross County. So I think Livingston can win this game. I'm going for Hibs 1, Livingston 2. And if that is the result, does that mean Paul Heckingbottom's tenure as Hibs manager comes to an end? That will be very, very interesting indeed. So we'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, a very interesting game indeed in prospect. So that should be very, very interesting. Motherwell against Kilmarnock. Now the last 5 between these two have resulted in 4 wins to Kilmarnock and 1 draw. And the last game was a 1-0 win to Kilmarnock at Fir Park. So it'll be very, very interesting this one as well. Motherwell come away from the game against against Rangers at Ibrox, and it has to be said, Motherwell were very, very unlucky to not take a point at least. I know Rangers came back into the game in the second half. As more as the game came on, no, actually it was 1-1 at half time. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry, I completely forgot. 1-1 at half time with Defoe scoring as well. Who else? And then obviously Helander scored from for Rangers for the winner against Motherwell. So they were unlucky. They were really unlucky. And on another day, if they had taken their chances, Motherwell could have actually picked up something there. So, to go to Ibrox, not get hammered, as I would have thought they would. I thought Rangers would have continued their good form. 3-0, I think I predicted in that one. So, finished 2-1. So, Motherwell proving really, really tricky to beat. Kilmarnock, on the other hand, 1-0 against St Mirren. Another clean sheet. They're up to 3rd in the Premiership now, Kilmarnock. All those struggles at the start of the season have gone to bed, and Kilmarnock are looking really, really dangerous now, and potentially could be in that top 6. They could be in that top 6, but shall be very, very interesting indeed. As far as this game goes, I cannot separate the two. I think Motherwell and Kilmarnock will play out a very, very good game. I think it'll be a very, very tight game. I think that it will be a very, very close one as well. I'm going for a score draw. I'm going for Motherwell 1, Kilmarnock 1. I don't think there's going to be many goals in that game. And I do think Motherwell will be tricky to beat, and along with Kilmarnock. So I'm going for Motherwell 1, Kilmarnock 1. Ross County against Rangers. Now the last 5 between Ross County and Rangers have resulted in 3 wins to Rangers and 2 draws. And the last game was a 2-1 win to Rangers at Victoria Park. I think that's what it's used to be called now, but I'm not sure what it's called at the moment. Ross County obviously coming off the back of a 2-2 with Hibs, 2-0 down. Brian Graham, fantastic goal against his former club. Literally turns and curls it into the corner, fantastic. And then Chalmers gets the equaliser. And then, they have a chance to win it at the end. And, they were very, very good to get back to 2-2, especially after the drubbing that they got at the hands of Celtic last week as well. So that was very, very good to see as well. Rangers, obviously, sneaking a 2-1 win against Motherwell. But Could have been a lot more. Tavernier missed a penalty. Again, another penalty missed by Tav. It's not been very, very good. So, it is going to be a very, very interesting game. And obviously, Rangers fans, this is on BT Sport, of course. So, another good game to watch this one. But Rangers are still keeping up the tabs with Celtic. They're still scoring. Obviously, they are behind on goals scored. So, goal difference could become a factor for who wins this league. And at this moment in time, Celtic and Rangers cannot be separated on points. It's goal difference that is proving the key at this present moment in time. As far as this game goes, I do think there will be goals. I think Ross County will give themselves a good account. I think they'll give Rangers a really good game. I think Rangers will win this one. I think there will be goals. I think Rangers have got a really good record against Ross County, and if you do remember that one of the games, Scott Fox allowed Alfredo Morelos to literally get the ball off him when he was trying to take a goal kick. And he scored there. So I think Ross County will give themselves a good game, give Rangers a good game. But I'm going for a 3-1 win to Rangers. I just think Rangers will be far, far too strong for Ross County, but I'm going for a 3-1 win to Rangers. And the final game, in fact, is St Johnstone against Hearts. Now, in the last 5 between the sides, there's been 4 wins to Hearts and 1 draw, and the last game was a 2-2 draw. But interestingly enough, I was checking this up. Hearts have not beaten St Johnstone at McDermott Park since the 13th of November 2010. So that's nearly 9 years since they've last won there. So big incentive now. They have won there in the cup, I think. I think it was the cup. But in the league, they've just got a really poor record against St Johnstone. So it'll be very interesting. St Johnstone have finally got a win at last. Had left it late, of course. They did leave it late. 3-2 against Hamilton. Hendry getting the winner, of course. Very, very good finish. Witherspoon, he gets his first goal since scoring against Hamilton last season. So, good time to get his first goal. And in that game, obviously, it was a very, very good game of football. Obviously, Hamilton, like I said, took the lead. St Johnstone equalised. And obviously, St Johnstone took the lead through Witherspoon. So, it's going to be a very, very interesting game, this one. And, under the lights at McDermott Park, will be a very, very good game. Hearts coming off the back of a 0-0 draw with Livingston. What I'll say about Hearts is that they look really poor as a Hearts team at the moment. I don't know what's going wrong. I don't know what's going on at Hearts. I honestly think that a change is coming. I do think a change is coming because in the game there were a lot of calls for Levine's head from the Hearts fans in that game. So you have to question that his time is coming to an end. Surely it has to be. But one thing I'll say though is that Uche Ikpeazu seems to have an incentive of basically fluffing shots left, right, and centre, but they miss Glenn Whelan. I think they really miss Glenn Whelan in that midfield role. He probably been Hearts' best player along with Craig Halkett. So, I think Hearts can take away from that fact. So, how do I see this one going? Well, like I've said, Hearts have not beaten St Johnstone in Perth since the 13th of November 2010. I think that run will continue. I'm going for St Johnstone to pick 2 wins and 2 for this one. St Johnstone 1, Hearts 0, I reckon, for this game. So I fancy St Johnstone to make it 2 wins from 2. So that is it. That is my match week 11 midweek predictions. I'll quickly go through them very, very quickly again. Celtic 4, St Mirren 0. Hamilton 1, Aberdeen 2. Hibs 1, Livingston 2. Motherwell 1, Kilmarnock 1. Ross County 1, Rangers 3. And St Johnstone 1, Hearts 0. So that is it. That is my match week 11 predictions. If you want to have yours, if you want to join in and play along, then please put them in the comment section below. And also let me know your thoughts on Derek McInnes. Is his time at Aberdeen coming to an end? And also in the comments, let me know if you think that Paul Heckingbottom if Livingston were to beat Hibs, would that be his final game in charge? Let me know that as well. And yeah, also let me know what you guys think about Craig Levein. When he is he going to go? So that'll be very, very interesting as well. So enjoy the football. Good luck to your teams. Hopefully Livingston get a win against Hibs. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you very much for watching. And please, if you do like my content, then please hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, leave a comment. That would be much appreciated, and I'll reply to all your comments as well. So thank you very much for watching, and we shall see what happens very, very soon in the midweek football. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back very, very soon with some more videos. And my next video will probably be my Premier League predictions, match week 11. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back very, very soon with some more videos. Take care, everyone.